Hey guys, it's me again. Hopefully I'm broadcasting correctly. I hope I don't drop stream. Um, I'm only into crossing streams, not dropping them, damn it. Anyways, this is for my sexy Scorpios. Hey Scorpio, this is for the month of August for 2020 for my Scorpios. This is for anybody with a sun, moon, or rising in Scorpio or heavily placed planets in Scorpio. What I mean by heavily placed planets is if you have like three or more planets in the sign of Scorpio, you may want to like watch this video, even if it's not your sun, moon, or rising. Um, if you are stalking a Scorpio because they give you that good love because those Scorpios know how to do that. You're certainly welcome to cross watch. You can share this video with the Scorpio that you care about, but this will give you a little bit of a broad insight into what they could potentially be dealing with. This reading is set up for quite a few people, right? Sun, moon, rising, and heavily placed planets. So therefore, it's kind of a broad overview of what might be going on in the month of August for the sign of Scorpio. So take what you need and leave the rest. Don't take any of my predictions as sort of the gospel. If you don't really relate to it and you are a Scorpio, that's okay. You might be working on something else. There's plenty of other readers out there, and it may be that you're just not in line with what I'm seeing for Scorpio. So that's not a bad thing, okay? Beyond that, I think that's it. Give the video a like if you enjoy the reading afterwards, and please, like I said, share it out. Leave any questions or comments. I do have a chat box up, but I'm going to close it down as I do the reading so I can stay focused on the cards, and I will reopen it up at the end for any questions. If you are watching me on Facebook, please go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe over there, and vice versa. If you're watching on YouTube, please go over and like my business page and follow on Facebook. That Linktree link there gives you all of my socials, like my Instagram and all of that. I am on TikTok too, but I don't really post a lot of videos. I love to geek out and watch other people. I love TikTok. I didn't want to join, and now I'm obsessed with it. But anyways, all right, so let's get into what Scorpio might be experiencing for the month of August 2020. The Cancer reading just went up, guys. It is incredible. So I'm kind of excited to see. I'm hoping we'll see what goes on with the other water signs, Pisces and Scorpio. But what is Scorpio going to experience for August? Let's see here. Hey, Christina, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Oh, good. Well, I'm excited to see too. I'm excited after Cancer. I'm excited to see what's going on for the other water signs because Cancer has kind of a rather profound reading, I feel like. All right, I'm going to close the chat window just so that I can pay attention to the cards. I will be back in a moment. I'll reopen it at the end to look and see at the comments and stuff. So, all right, Scorpio. This first card represents sort of where you're centered at in the month of August, right? It gives me insight into kind of sort of just how you're relating to your month, where you're fitting in, what sort of energy you're running throughout the month, not the entirety of the month, but throughout the month. It also gives me insight into kind of what you could potentially be creating for the future, right? So let's see what that is. Oh, shit. It's the Justice card. Oh my god, the water signs are coming back for revenge in the month of August. So this just showed up in the foundation of Cancer, and this happened, was it with the fire signs too? There was something that happened. Was it Aries and I can't remember, but something with the fire signs where their center card was the exact same friggin' card. So there's some sort of weird fire-water connection happening this August, is kind of the feeling that I'm getting, because the first two signs that I did for fire right out of the gate were, I can't remember what the card was, I'd have to go back and watch it, but it was a significant card and it was both in the center, the same card. Now this is slightly different, I will say that, because Cancer, this was positioned in the foundation, but still, we have another major arcana that's like doubling back and showing up reading to reading. So there's some sort of weird, and I also feel like there's this connection between the Lion's Gate and water and fire. That's the best way I can put it together, or kind of what my intuition is telling me. I'm not going to super flesh it out, but that's kind of what I'm getting for those of you that might watch this. All right, so Justice is sort of this card about having a very clean, empowered awareness. Now, this card was sort of what I feel like was coming in from Cancer's past and pushing them forward. To me, this is our present as far as Scorpio is concerned. This is about Scorpio kind of knowing the truth, standing in it, and not being afraid to speak it, right? This is not about Scorpio being aggressive or like fighting in any way, shape, or form. I feel like this is about Scorpio being extremely clear, telling the truth, standing in their truth, and being strong in that, not accepting anything else or any other. Don't do that, please. No, don't lick her ears. Not accepting any other alternative, right? From anywhere. I do like that this is a more, to me, it feels like a more passive stance. I know Scorpios can be, I don't want to say aggressive, but you guys can get your point across, right? In sort of a rather firm, firm way. But to me, this doesn't feel that way. This feels like almost like you know the truth, you are the truth, and if people can't get with that, too damn bad, kind of is the sort of sense that I'm getting about this. It's not like, when I look at this Justice card, she is not wasting her energy trying to convince others this month. She just knows. Does that make sense? So being empowered in that way, we know the truth. We know our own personal truth. We don't necessarily need to convince others or bring them to our side. We just stand in that truth and let them see it for what it is. Does that make sense? So this being where you guys are centered at in the month speaks to, I feel like, a strength, but more of a strength in the sense of like a receptive strength, if that makes any sense. It's more of kind of watching the world go by in the month of August and not necessarily needing to get caught up in the drama or the bullshit, the fray, so to speak. She is like standing back, observing it all, knows the truth, and is, for some of you, I will say this too, Justice can also mean like if some of you are dealing with court things or messiness in that way, Justice can also be about standing and winning some of those situations, or the sort of the truth coming out. So for those of you that might be a Scorpio that are dealing with actual physical court things, I should throw that out there too, that this being in your center bodes well for anything that you might be facing in that way. But more so, I just think this is an attitude or an air of self-acceptance, self-awareness, clarity, what's true. You might be dishing out truths to others, not in a harmful way, but in a way that is going to be a lot. All right, let's look at the foundation card and see what the foundation is for my Scorpios. So this is the Three of Wands. Again, we have fire going on in the foundation. We've got this fire-water connection this month. I'm not sure what that's about. But the Three of Wands, to me, this looks like in the past, I feel like maybe we've not felt very connected spiritually, not felt very pulled together, or like things haven't held sort of the way that we've wanted them to. I kind of feel like, and the reason why this is usually like sort of an optimistic card, and fire, and like the element of wands is about fire and desire and the spirit and all of that. To me, I feel like when I look at this, these wands going back and forth, it just sort of feels like maybe on a spiritual level in the recent past, we haven't felt really fully connected. August feels like we're stepping into some of that truth. We're stepping into some of that awareness of what it is that we need and putting ourselves first, living in that truth and standing in that truth and not allowing sort of other things to get in the way of that. The Three of Wands feels like we've maybe gone back and forth in trying things that we thought maybe would work, and they haven't in the past, or we haven't been able to connect to them at a deeper, more spiritual level. It hasn't necessarily resonated with us as much as we thought it would, or as much as we wanted it to. Old things that maybe worked in the past no longer will. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from these two cards. And Scorpio is definitely aware of this, and I will say this, okay with this Justice card. There's been maybe some things that have been served up in the recent past, or in the last few months, that maybe have shed some light for Scorpio that maybe wasn't so pleasant, but now with this Justice card in the center, by August, we're ready. We've kind of adopted those understandings or those awarenesses, and we've adjusted in a way that empowers us and allows us to sort of move forward in a good way. Does that make sense? I hope that resonates with you guys. Now, the next card is the Spirit card or Soul card. So this is the Seven of Pentacles. So, sorry, let me shut up to you. So Pentacles is the element of earth, and usually financial gain, that sort of thing, finances, material wealth, that sort of thing. To me, the sevens usually signify a choice, an active choice that we need to make that bring about hopefully the change that we want. With the Seven of Pentacles, I always associate like the 7 and 8 with patience and hard work, putting that work in and kind of really focusing our energy on what it is that we want. When I look at this card coupled with that Justice card in the center, again, it speaks to this idea of doing what's right, working towards something that we really want in a way that is grounded, true, not sort of settling for any more stuff that's unfulfilling. And so with the Seven of Pentacles in the spirit space, it really speaks to the idea that I feel like our soul is asking us to look at our material world. What are the things that we're involved in? What are the things that we've been connected to, or that we've been trying to produce results in areas that just aren't necessarily working for us anymore? I think that, and then from there, we've got this, the aspect of the seven to me speaks to this idea that we need to make that active choice to go about changing that stuff, right? We need to sort of work towards something that fits us or is more in alignment with this justice that's in our center. There's a focus on being true to ourselves and our needs this month in August that I think is going to be important. So the next two cards are the outside influences. These cards tell me about sort of what's going on around us that could be influencing us either positively or negatively in the month of August. These can be things like people, sometimes events, sometimes things more vague like belief systems or energies that are having an effect on us. So we have the Empress on one side. I love this next to Justice, right? That's a lot of female empowerment for my female Scorpios that are watching. The Empress is the sign of Taurus, I believe. The planet Venus, definitely. She's all about creativity, love, fertility, new ideas. Her being major arcana speaks to this idea for there's opportunities here for new abundance. I feel like she's coming in and there's like maybe a fresh perspective or a fresh opportunity coming in. It could be rather lucrative is the feeling that I get because the Empress don't play. I feel like this justice is what sort of brings her in. I almost feel like now that Scorpio's ready to stop like dilly-dallying in the bullshit, or entertaining things that no longer work for them, right? And our spirit is asking us to sort of, make that choice, make that change. The Empress walks in and she says, okay, here's the abundance. Here's the opportunity for creativity. Here's the opportunity to make something new, right? The Empress can also represent as pregnancy, but I don't necessarily know that all my Scorpios are going to be going around and getting knocked up. I don't know. Y'all do have a fair amount of sex, but with this Empress energy, I do feel like there's opportunities that will be fruitful, fertile. I do kind of get a feeling that it's sort of like the beginnings of those opportunities. When I'm looking at this card, I sort of get this sense that the Empress doesn't just disappear after the end of August. Well, I think we maybe start and initiate those, like I'm seeing in my mind's eye, We don't lick the chair, please. I'm seeing in my mind's eye we plant the seeds in the month of August. Don't lick the chair, please. We plant the seeds in the month of August to grow the sort of crops further down the line, right? So to me, the metaphor is like right now the ideas come to us, the collaboration comes to us, the inspiration comes to us. We start to give birth to those ideas. We nurture them in sort of wonderful ways. And we stand in this truth, right? We're ready to take these things on, and the universe is sort of presenting them to us via this Empress energy. So the next outside influence, this is the Two of Wands. Okie doke. Two of Wands. Wands again, we've got fire energy, and we've got... I'm going to ask you to not lick the chair anymore. Stop it. The Two of Wands, to me, this can be a new relationship. This can be... Let me just see this for a minute. I almost feel like this is like... I'm going to say this might be only for a specific few Scorpios. I feel like some of you are transforming your relationship department. I feel like this Three of Wands feels like they're sort of looking around. I mean, I don't know why I'm feeling this. I'm just going to explain it to you. This little sheep herder kid is sort of looking around. I feel like this being in the past or in the foundation is like Scorpio's not necessarily happy with what they have. They're not necessarily sort of, and I think that something new might be coming in, and standing in that truth is what's allowing them. The fertility of the Empress and then the Two of Wands speaks to this idea that whether it's a new relationship, right? Two of Wands could be a soulmates, twin flame sort of scenario. That person could be coming to us. That's this coupled with the fertility and the impact of the Empress. This could be something that's very abundant, long-term, beautiful, on fire, connected at a spiritual level. For others of you that might be in relationships that you're already with your, significant other and you don't want any change in that department, that's fine. This could be the opportunity to sort of come closer to your own understanding of your own spirit and what you desire. Or the Two of Wands could be the opportunity to create connection to whatever it is that you desire more so than what you've had in the past. Does that make sense? So pursuing the things that turn you on or set you on fire. Pursuing the truth that we see in this Justice card. The Two of Wands could be like, maybe there's a career change that we need to make that inspires us once we make this change, right? But we're coupled with this Empress energy, which says we are rife for, or at least the surrounding environment, the energies around us are rife for creating whatever it is that we want, because we're looking at things through this this space of truth with this Justice card in the center, right? The only thing I feel like with that Seven of Pentacles up in the spirit space and the Three of Wands down below is like we are kind of, to me it feels like we have to actively make that choice now and move towards that. The outside influences to me are extremely beneficial in offering us opportunities to connect to things that are A, more fruitful than what we've experienced, and B, that we are more spiritually connected to. Okay? This could be, for some of you, a relationship. And for some of you, this could be just something that inspires you at a deeper spiritual level. That's that Two of Wands energy. All right, so the outcomes card. This is the potential outcomes card for the Scorpios for the month of August. This gives me a little insight into where you guys might end out, barring that nothing major changes, right? So it's not set in stone. If this card is negative, we can utilize it as a warning to make choices and changes to affect the outcome. But if this card is positive, we can take heart in the fact that this is naturally coming towards us, right? So let's see what this is. Oh wow, the Hierophant. Okay, so that represents his marriage. Some of y'all are going to meet somebody. I'm going to go so far as to say the Hierophant is about institutions, higher learning. It can also represent his marriage. To me, I'm going to say this. It ends out on a major arcana, so we've got this Justice card kicking us off, and then we end out on major arcana Hierophant. It's going to be a good ending to the month. There's going to be an awareness. There's going to be an authority. The pillars of the Hierophant also make me speak to the idea of strength. We stand again in our own sort of knowledge. This time almost even stronger. I also love that we start off the month, or throughout the month, we have the femininity of the Justice card, and then we have the masculinity of the Hierophant. So there is sort of, again, that sort of a similar, I feel like we saw that in the masculinity of the Strength card and then the femininity of the Justice card in Cancer's reading. There is this sort of balance that's happening where, and then you don't even want to get me started on the whole divine masculine, divine feminine thing that I feel like is going on in this Two of Wands. Some of you, there is something coming romantic, I feel like. I just don't know for how many of you that is, but these cards speak to the idea of being ready and fertile and ready for that. And the Hierophant speaks to the idea of that union by the month end, of that coming together, and the honoring of that, the awareness of that, the acceptance of that. For those of you, again, I'm just going to say, for those of you that are not seeking a relationship, this could be the marriage of, say, a new job or a new career path, a new, line of volunteer work, whatever it is that inspires my Scorpios to feel like more true to themselves, more connected, more enriched. That could take place in this month with these cards, the way that they're playing out. But Scorpio has to sort of go after them, right? Scorpio has to be willing to put in the work and the effort in the Seven of Pentacles to kind of address whatever's not working in our life, and move towards those things that are. But it feels like the opportunities are coming in through the Empress and the Two of Wands to bring us those choices so that we can make those changes. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Now, the last card that I'm doing is an extra card for the month. This is in honor of the Lion's Gate on August 8th. It's the portal that opens up. And so I'm doing it from the Divine Doors deck. It will give us a door that Scorpios might need to be aware is either opening or closing during the month of, during the Lionsgate portal. Just something to keep in mind. I don't know what my cat has. My cat has something he's not supposed to have. I can hear him out there. Oh, the little bastard. I don't know what he's doing. He's a Scorpio, actually, my cat. His birthday is October 31st. Halloween. He's a little terror. Alright, let me see. He's actually not that bad. He just only does this stuff when he knows I'm on camera because he can get away with it. Alright, let's see what's going on with my Scorpios. Okay, so somebody else had this door too. I can't remember which sign. So this door, to me, the significance of this door, this is a very strong and old door, okay? So this portal to me feels like it's a long time coming. I feel like whatever Scorpio's known needs to change. Maybe it's like finally time and we're like standing in our truth and ready, and now this abundance of the Empress is about to come in, right? This speaks to this idea of this door has been standing here for a long time. It's a strong and powerful door, but it's something that we've maybe been missing or not quite seeing, or allowing ourselves to avoid seeing, because this sort of stonework blends into the back wall that's beyond the door. So to me, my suggestion would be, and the way that I'm sort of interpreting this card, is be mindful for watching what we're doing, what choices we're making, because I feel like we don't want to miss this opportunity. I do feel like there is this door is a little bit harder to see or walk through. But I will say this, the opportunities that are coming with the Two of Wands and the Empress are abundant and should be fairly obvious, okay? It's these choices that we need to make at a more subtle, spiritual, like from our higher self. We really need to kind of take inventory and stand in that truth of the Justice card and make those decisions to move forward from that place of conviction, right? So as we move forward, what does it say? Bless this space. Your sacred space holds the soul to bear. Palo Santo or sage will clear the air. So your sacred space holds the soul to bear. Palo Santo or sage will clear the air. Bless this space makes me feel like the Empress could be blessings of this space or what's going on in our life right now in the month of August, Scorpio. This also could be like preparing this space for some sort of love that could be coming in August. I don't know why I don't necessarily always do love readings, but I feel like with that Two of Wands and the Hierophant and even the Empress, I feel like there could be, like, for some of you, and this is that opportunity or that doorway, don't miss it. Like, don't negate something that comes your way that you might not feel ready for, or how do I want to, like, I feel like you guys need to take the step forward and honor what's being given to you. That's sort of the blessings of the space or what's going on. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'm going to open up the comments and see what you guys are saying. No more babies for Christina. Hey, Judy Kellogg, how are you? Hey, Positive Tales. Christina, it could be your career, and whatever it may be. If you're already in a relationship, this may not be a relationship reading for you, but I feel like the Empress is definitely an opportunity for abundance, creativity, fertility, all of that sort of stuff. And it's around something that we love, because the Empress is associated with the planet of Venus, right? So it's this opportunity, and that's also that Two of Wands energy. So there's this heavy sort of love kind of vibe happening in this, whether it's with the person that we love, a new person that we're falling in love with, or it's maybe finding something that inspires us and that we love at a deeper level, right? I feel like it's got that feeling to it. Halloween Kitty is Arthur. His name was Arthur Finley. I'm totally single for the first time in years. Sad. Well, Christina, you may not stay single for long. Jana Smith bought a lake house yesterday. Get it, Jana? Capricorn with Scorpio rising. Well, Capricorn with Scorpio rising. I can't remember the Cap reading because I fly through 3 of these a day. But if it was good, you might have a very good August. Because I feel like this is a good reading. It just feels like Scorpio needs to make sure that they're true to what they're doing. Right? How they're standing in their truth. Approaching everything from that, the honesty and the awareness of this Justice card allows us to reap the benefits of the Empress and the Two of Wands. And then by the month's end, we are at this state of this place of the Hierophant, which to me is a really beautiful, like, strong place, knowledgeable place, centered, all of those things that the Hierophant sort of represents. You're welcome, Christina. All right, you guys, I'm going to sign off. I got to still do Pisces, so I'm going to sign back on in a few minutes. If you're not following the page, please do so. Please also, I'm going to put the link back in the chat really quick. Use this Angle Guys 333 link to find my social medias over on Instagram. And if you could, if you're already subscribed at YouTube, that's fine. Please go over and like my Facebook business page, and vice versa. If you're watching from Facebook, please go over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you guys next month. There's also a daily forecast that's available on YouTube every morning for the highest good of the greater collective, just the energy of the day. So you guys can see that, okay? Tina Fitzsimmons says, oh, Dan, so point on. I'm at a crossroads, 40-year bad relationship with a narcissistic trucker. Moving on with what's left of life for me and my grandbabies. Only happiness in our future. Thank you. Many blessings with you. I think that's true, Tina. And I think this is about standing in your truth. And the Hierophant is a very strong card to end out the month, right? So we've taken what we've learned from everything that we've dealt with, and there's opportunities being presented to us. Definitely through that Empress and that Two of Wands. That will be undeniable. All right, you guys, have a great day, and I will be back to do Pisces in just a moment. And I look forward to seeing you guys next month. Thank you for tuning in. Share this out if you like. I'm gonna go kill my Scorpio cat. He may not make it to through August. I can hear him out there. It sounds like he's tearing things up. I don't know what he has, but I'm gonna have to go murder him. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.